Welcome to Hungary. We're hereby proud to offer you the opportunity to watch some special hunting experiences of a unique quality. The scene is set in this beautiful winter landscape with the swift and alert wild boars and a party of hunters. For many reasons, hunting wild boar is one of the most desirable game species for most hunters, including this hunting party, which here visits Hungary during a period with lots of snow. This Central European country is rightly world famous for its hunting, as the game populations are dense and the hunts are most professionally arranged and conducted. Here, the wild boar have been a part of the fauna since times immemorial, as the wild boar by far is the most popular species for driven hunting. The Hungarians have developed driven hunts into a sublime art form. In the Eastern and Central European hunting fields of the lingua franca amongst hunting visitors here is German. Accordingly, the German name for an old wild boar is Keiler, used everywhere. To watch a big, hefty, and wary Keiler come trotting out of the forest, plowing through the snow, will undoubtedly raise any hunter's pulse. Whether the hunter is able to make an instant kill depends on a combination of his shooting skills and ability to keep calm at the decisive moment, and whether the bullet is caught by one of the many trees. A population of wild boars is able to reproduce itself by up to 400% annually, depending on the weather conditions when the piglets are born. Accordingly, it's of great importance to reduce the population sufficiently in order to avoid too much damage to the crops and fields outside the forest. The forest, however, generally benefits from the wild boar's activities, as they are rooting on the ground searching for food, which increases the seed's chances for growing. Many hunters have a dream of giant sounder of wild boar passing their post, but to get a clear shot can be almost impossible, like here. But let's begin with the introduction of Georgi Sergilus from Savako, who will welcome the hunters.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Danish, Swedish, German hunters who arrived yesterday in the evening for a driving hunt in Hungary. We are on a very famous and well-known Hungarian hunting field in Kaphegy, and it is to known that this hunting territory was already well known at the beginning of last century. In the name from the Sevako Ltd and the hunting territory from Kaphegy, I would like to say thank you for Mr. Madsen and from Hunters Video aus Denmark that they make possible for us to show what is a driving hunt in Kaphegy mean, how is beating here in Hungary. Please let me introduce you the Hunters Chief from Kaphegy, Mr. Bene, who will tell us the Hungarian hunting rules.
Thank you very much.
For good measure, Mr. Bene has repeated the rules of the day. These kinds of hunts have a lot of traditions, including different horn signals during the drives. However, it is rare to have the hunt started by a group of no less than 5 horn blowers suitably uniformed. But at the Kehérby estate in Hungary, everything is conducted very professionally, including the hunting signals.
Let me see the wyborn.
Recently, the landscape has been covered with snow, and that makes it a very spectacular scene for the day's hunt.
They're gonna start the driven hunt here soon, and let's see if there come some wild boars. That's the main goal for today. Seems like they have released some dogs. So let's see.
Eric Jepsen from Sweden is looking forward to the day, just like Franz Albrecht Oettingen Spielberg from Germany. Let's hear what his expectations are.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's very cold. We have 2 or 3 centimeters of new snow. The drive has just begun. It will be interesting to see how the boar move, because usually when there's new snow, they're a little bit timid and they don't like to run as they do usually. So I think it's going to take some time until they do start moving. But we've heard that the big males get up to 150 kilos here. So it's going to be very exciting. We're really in the middle of the drive. They could come from all sides. We haven't seen anything yet. The first few shots have been fired. But it's very exciting and we hope to see something soon.
Und letzte Mal haben wir hier 4 gute Keiler geschossen. Ein älterer Mann, glaube ich, aus Deutschland, hat hier 2, 3 super Keiler erwischt.
A large group passes France, who spots a good Kyler among the wild boars. What a fantastic start of the day. Franz Albrecht Oettingen Spielberg has really been hit by the fever.
I think we shot a big Keiler.
If you'll have a closer look, you can determine the boar's gender in the shape of a tuft of hair under the belly and right in front of the rear legs. Franz fires 6 shots. The first boar is a fine Kyler, and the other 5 are 1 to 2-year-old boars, or Überläufer, as they're called in German. Georgi is impressed. Franz had the presence to spot the 3 boars, which at full speed break out of the group.
What I could see was good. It was a lethal shot, so the second one rolled and the third one has a good shot too.
Another Swede, Erik Oos, is a very skilled shooting instructor who has a double debut today. It's his first day working for Aimpoint and his first driven boar hunt. Erik has a very good start and kills his first Überläufer with 2 shots in the lungs. Wild boars can be very tough, and accordingly you should keep shooting until the animal goes down. Wounded boars can be very aggressive, and it's no fun to track them down.
Ja, en bra andra dag på jobbet. Vilket fall som helst.
Erik can be very satisfied with his debut. Erik Jepsen makes 2 good shots, and the boars drop more or less at the same spot. Erik Oos' first shot is a miss, and the second. But the third shot is low in the shoulder, and the young Kyler only makes it to the nearest thicket before it's dead. Here in slow motion, it looks like he actually hits the animal with his second shot, but it's often hard to detect any sign of a hit on wild boars. And accordingly, Erik does the right thing. He continues shooting. The third bullet is very well placed, and it's evident that the Kyler is hard hit. Erik correctly kills the small piglet before taking the sow, or Bache, as it is called in German.
Perfect shooting.
When all the piglets, or Frischlinge in German, are gone, the Hungarian wants the sow shot as well, to reduce the population. Eric keeps ready. This is wild boar hunting, and something can happen any moment. Let's return to Franz Albrecht.
George, do you have some tea? Yeah, certainly. Perfect, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Eric. Been an amazing stunt, and I think we shot the right animals. So far, I think we can be quite happy because everything we've shot is ethically correct. Pull left.
Very well done, Franz. He also refrains from shooting at any other boar. Quite often, the challenge is knowing when not to shoot.
It was 75 meters away. And I'm very impressed because I thought, even though there's no magnification in the aim point, I thought it would be difficult at these distances. But actually it worked fine. I think the first shot was perfect. I'm impressed with the aim point, I really have to say. It's something that I didn't expect. So we will see how it goes. But so far I'm very happy. This is really an amazing place. I have not seen this many wild boar in such short a time ever. And I'm very excited to see what happens next. It's very cold, but it keeps you warm when you see that many wild boar. Feel his own.
Here, Franz gets another chance. Notice how he chooses the boar that is furthest away and gives both boars a perfect bullet.
Suddenly we were talking, it's the end of the drive, and we were thinking that, it's pretty much over. I think we have 2 or 3 minutes left. And suddenly from behind we heard something. Small Überläufer came out. And thank God we could do a good shot on it. So, but I think now it's pretty much the end. We will go and look what we have.
The wild boar fever and the pace are much higher than Franz ever dreamt of. He defended his post with a string of perfect shots, and on top, he got a good Kyler.
Professional. Congratulations for the hunt. Sorry.
Thank you very much. It's a really great stand.
Yeah.
A lot of wild boar.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Some minutes before, at least 2 group and 70 pieces gone back to the Pina.
Perfect. So for the afternoon?
Yes, okay.
Perfect.
After a drive of almost 3 hours, all the hunters are looking forward to a well-deserved lunch where they can have a hot meal and hear what the other hunters have experienced. Everybody has seen something, and most have had good chances and taken boars. Cab Hegi is situated north of Lake Balaton on the eastern side of the Bakony Mountains. The estate consists of 13,000 hectares of well-managed hunting areas, and besides a dense population of wild boar, there is a lot of red deer and smaller populations of fallow deer, mouflon, and roe deer. A truly unique hunting area. The area has been a popular hunting ground for centuries, and several Hungarian kings have hunted here. In other words, it's a truly top-quality area. Cab Hegi is situated at an altitude of 400 to 600 meters above sea level. The rolling hills are covered by beech and oak forest, which supply the game with both food and shelter, making it a first-class habitat for wild boar.
We had a very nice lunch. Short, because the light's not going to be very long today because there's a lot of clouds and still a little bit of snow. And we just arrived on our second stand. It's very open, which is great to see the wild boar. It's difficult shooting because it's difficult to judge the distances, but we have a rangefinder and I sort of have some points measured out, so I kind of know how far they are. But actually shooting on open air is, compared to what you would normally think, I think it's more difficult. So I'm excited what will happen. I'm a little bit worried that with all the snow, the wild boar don't want to move over the open area. But we will see. They told us it will.
The first 2 boars appear, but Franz chooses not to shoot.
Yeah, we have another 2 hours now. So I'm very excited to see what goes.
Another boar appears, and this time France decides to shoot. Now watch a true marksman in action.
I've got it too.
Did you like the shooting, George?
Did you shoot or me?
You, I think. Well, we tried the aim point at a little bit of a further distance this time. And even though you'd have no magnification on the aim point, and the wild boar is very slow, very, very small at this distance, it still works. It still works. It's very interesting. Yes. That was quick. It came maybe 10 meters next to us.
Georgi is impressed. An incredible first shot, and equally incredible that the boar does not drop dead from a hit like that. The improbabilities continue as France finally drops the animal with an equally well-placed second shot, which puts the animal down for good. Due to the snow, Eric has had some problems with a car and has only just arrived at his post, where he immediately gets ready. A fox is the smallest species you shoot at on a driven boar hunt, and Eric just misses it with 2 fast shots from his .30-06. In slow motion, you can see how difficult the shooting is as the fox jumps over the tracks in the snow. But Eric makes a wonderful shot at this fine Kyler, which is trying to escape moving towards the drive. Interestingly, the more experienced boars often try to get back through the line of beaters and escape where no hunters are posted. If you look carefully here, you can see the tuft of hair under the animal's stomach, indicating the animal is a male. But in some instances, even the sows will have longish hairs in the stomach, and accordingly, it can take an experienced hunter to distinguish between sow and boar. The weather is rather harsh, and the temperature is around -10 degrees Celsius. The snow makes it difficult for the dogs and the beaters, but they continue dutifully. Eric Jepsen has had no action at all, but he keeps concentrated. When hunting wild boar, you never know when or where something happens. Eric Jepsen uses a 7mm Remington Magnum with RWS Ultimate Performance ammunition that certainly does a perfect job.